Everybody, Dave here with another episode of the Property Profits Real Estate Podcast. Today, we've got a special guest zooming in from just south of the border of myself. Aharon Goins is an active real estate investor based out of the Seattle area, Tacoma, if I'm not mistaken. So kind of close to the airport there. I think you're working for one of the companies that makes those big flying things, if I'm not mistaken. That's fantastic. And today we're going to talk about how to really squeeze all the juice out of what you've got and take advantage of the resources that are available to you. So Aharon's done a great job of this, and we're going to be talking about this in today's episode. So welcome on board, Aharon. Good to have you.
Man, thank you, Dave. Thank you so much, man. It was really honored to be here, man. Really learned a lot from you over the years, your lessons and things like that, man. Very honored.
Thank you very much. Likewise. So Aharon, tell me a little bit about when you realized that most people are not taking advantage of the many, many benefits they have available to them if they just did it.
So let me give you the background myself. So I was in the United States Air Force for 16 years, got an early retirement out. And then after that, I got a job where I'm still working at right now. And one thing that a lot of people in the military don't do is use their benefits. There's only about 15% of all veterans use their tuition assist or VA loan, which is a no money down loan you can use to buy a house or 1 to 4 units. Only about 22% of all veterans use their tuition assistance, which is like for college, financial aid, things like that. And I'm going to go to civilian in a minute, but it just shows me that, and I was one of those people. I did not use my VA loan until after I got out of the military. No one in my circles talked about that. A lot of people didn't talk about finances in the military either. But there's resources around us to do that. And my mission is to really help veterans understand, like, look, use your benefits for your benefit. Even if you don't want to be a real estate investor, buy a home. You can put no money down for to buy a house. Go to college. If you don't want to go to college, go to a trade school. Learn the trade that you want to get to, the job you want to get to. And I think that a lot of times for civilians, if you want to get into real estate or other things like that, use the people that's around you. You just don't know the people who have knowledge, and there's people waiting for you to ask them questions. But they're not going to just come out there and say, hey, here I am. You got to go to people. I'll give you one instance. Back in the 90s, I believe Michael Jordan, he was talking to Emmitt Smith, and Emmitt Smith came to Michael about a business proposition. So I talked about business. And after the talk, Emmitt said, Michael, why you never talk to me about this? He said, you never asked. So you just don't know who has knowledge around you that could help you out. You only one phone call, one story or one conversation away from changing your whole life.
So Aharon, tell me a little bit about your personal experience finally cluing into this and actually using your VA loan. What did you do?
So when I got out, I got my job, and like a couple months later, something like that, one of my coworkers said, hey, Aharon, I think you're going to be here for another 20 years. And I thought to myself, I said, no, I'm not. And I started getting into different entrepreneurs, different things like market level marketing and other things like that. But when I got into real estate, I went to a real estate meetup around here, in a local real estate meetup here in Tacoma.
Yeah.
Young guy said, hey, Aharon, have you used a VA loan? And he's not in the military. I said, no. Why not? I don't know. Why don't you use it? Like he kept on pestering me about it. And he was like, man, why don't you use it, man? That's like, I wish I could use a VA loan. And I thought about it. I was like, man, you know what? I'm gonna use it. And I would say about 6 months later, I used my VA loan for the first time. And because a stranger talked to me and pestered me about it, I finally used it. And now I'm on a mission to help veterans, even in or outside the military, to use theirs.
So let me ask you some questions because I know nothing about VA loans. Are you allowed to use your VA loan to buy an investment property, or does it have to be your own home?
So you can buy a 1 to 4 unit. You have to live there for a year.
Okay.
Now the thing about it, Dave, is that what some people do is they live there for a year, then they can refinance that VA loan to a conventional loan, have all your money back up to it, and then buy another, let's say 4 unit. Okay, so let's say you first brought a 4 unit, you stay there 4 years. I mean 4 year. You have 3 tenants. You move out, you refinance, turn it into a conventional loan, use a VA loan again. Now, and
So
let's say
you can recycle the VA loan.
right.
Can you have more than, but you can only have one VA loan at a time. Is that correct? Wow, that's another fantastic idea. Hold on to that thought for a sec. We'll be right back. Now, are you a real estate investor who's run out of cash or credit to grow your portfolio? Are you looking to grow your portfolio using other people's money and raising capital? Well, I want to show you how to raise 6 figures or more in 6 weeks or less at my upcoming Investor Attraction Workshop. You can get your ticket and find out all about it at investorattractionworkshop.com. We're going to spend a full day taking a deep dive into this roadmap that I've used to raise millions for my deals, and I've helped other people just like you cumulatively raise hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars for their deals as well. So again, you can check that out at investorattractionworkshop.com. And as a loyal listener to the podcast, you'll get 50% off your ticket when you use the discount code podcast. That's right, discount code podcast at investorattractionworkshop.com. See you at the next workshop.
You can have two, but I'm not 100% on everything, but you can have multiple VA loans out there. But I think the most popular one is to use it for a year and then use it again after a year, because you had to live there. Like I said, you had to live there for a year. So, you get the mail, all that stuff like that. You had to live there for a year. So what some people do is stay there for a year, refinance, and then do it over again.
Mm-hmm.
And I know some people have good passive income for the rest of life because of these things.
No, it makes sense. I mean, you can recycle that, no money down. Like, is there a cap on what the value of the property can be?
Yes. Mm-hmm. So it all depends on the area you're living at.
Right. So, for example, you're in, the Seattle area, very, very expensive area,
mm-hmm.
from what I recall.
Yes.
So it must be a fairly high cap. But basically, you can get into, like, you don't have to come up with a down payment for a property. Then, is that correct?
Yes. You don't have to have no, you still got to play the closing costs and things like that. Depending on your VA disability, you have a VA disability. If you have 100% VA disability, you don't have to have closing costs. But, like for me, I have 20% disability. I still had to pay, for my closing costs, things like that. But it helps out tremendously. I mean, tremendously. And if just think about this, you can, in 4 years, you can maybe have, 16, residents, and you have four units. So, 4 fourplexes. And
so let me ask you this question, Aaron. What if someone partnered with a veteran,
mm-hmm.
got into that fourplex, got the veteran into the fourplex, but they really don't want to have anything to do with property management or any of that kind of stuff. So you partner with them, you secure your position on the property through a joint venture agreement or something like that, and you've got the benefit of the VA with partnering up with the veteran who
mm-hmm.
doesn't want to be the investor. Is that a possibility?
Yes, if the veteran agrees to stay at the property for a year, and let's say that person wants to be the property management for that veteran, that's a perfect alliance right there. So the veteran can get an LLC, get it out off their name, have a property management, so they're living there and no one knows who the owner is. I think it's a perfect thing.
Yeah, I mean, and then especially if you had to come up with some money for closing costs and that sort of thing, if the veteran didn't happen to have that handy and the investor did,
mm-hmm.
that could be a match made in heaven. So perhaps there is a way to utilize the benefit, get the benefit of the benefits without necessarily, by partnering with a veteran.
Right. It is. I mean, you have to, make sure you have a ironclad agreement with that veteran.
Of course.
And, or go over the terms. But yes, absolutely. Yeah. And for veterans, a lot of veterans who are still active duty, the great thing is for them, a lot of people, they move different places. So just imagine, Dave, you stay there for 2 years, you have two, let's say you move out twice, and then you PCS, what we call PCS, or travel to another base. Mm-hmm. And you do that over a 20-year period. Just imagine how many, properties you can own and done the right way.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's all about getting creative and thinking these things through, though. That's fantastic, Aaron. So where else have you seen people apply this whole concept of getting full benefit from their benefits? Have you seen that? Because I know you're pretty actively involved in your local area in the real estate scene. You work with a lot of other real estate investors. Have you seen anybody else apply something like this outside of the military?
Well, I think that the people there's a lot of fear out there, and when I go to different conferences, especially in the local area, there's a lot of fear. And I tell people, man, just imagine if you can partner up with one or two people, how much you guys can accomplish together instead of you trying to do everything by yourself. And mostly these are people who I talk to are wholesalers or things like that. And I say, the power of coming together can really change a lot of things for you. And I've seen people who got over their fear and partnered up and done great things together and are really building the business in a great way. I've seen, like, for instance, a couple friends of mine's, Ashley Wilson. She was doing like fix and flipping in the Philadelphia area, her and her husband. And then she met Jay Scott, and now they have Bar Down Investments, and they're doing great things, buying properties all over Houston, multifamily. And, I love their partnership, what they're doing.
Yeah, no, it's all about a team sport. That's for sure. Awesome, Aaron. And tell us a little bit about what you're up to in the real estate space in and around Tacoma and Seattle. What's keeping you busy these days?
So for me, just raising capital, for deals, and, really, like I said, just really have a heart to help veterans out. So I have my own meetup every Thursday at 7 p.m. It's called All In on Real Estate. And I interview people like yourself to talk about things about real estate.
Yeah, it was a pleasure being on your meetup. I appreciate that. That was great.
Yeah, absolutely. And I put on my YouTube page. I want to educate people as much as possible. And I have a clubhouse room. So that's the things that I do, try to help veterans out, raise capital for deals, and, try to educate people as much as possible.
Fantastic, Aaron. So if people want to find out more about you, we'll have the information in the show notes, but what's a good place for them to check you out?
So you can go to my meetup, All In on Real Estate. You can go to meetup.com, or you can go to my website, allinhs.com. That's my website. So contact me then, and I would love to talk to anybody.
Fantastic. Well, Aaron, thank you very much for opening our eyes to, I love that, use your benefits to your benefit. That's going to be the title of this podcast, that's for sure. And keep doing the good work you're up to.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you so much. And you do the same. Love everything you're doing.
Thank you, my friend. All right, everybody, take care, and we'll see you on the next episode. Well, hey there. Thanks for tuning into the Property Profits podcast. If you like this episode, that's great. Please go ahead and subscribe on iTunes. Give us a good review. That'd be awesome. I appreciate that. And if you're looking to attract investors and raise capital for your deals, then I'm going to invite you to get a complimentary copy of my newest book, right back there. There it is. The Money Partner Formula. You can get a PDF version at investorattractionbook.com. Again, investorattractionbook.com. Take care.